Hello again, everyone, and welcome back. Once again, this is part 3 of part 4 of lesson number 9 on advanced glycation end products. We're going to cover how to minimize AGEs in your life. So, low AGE foods are things like fresh fruit and vegetables, fruits if you eat them in moderation, and legumes, fish, nuts, and other low glycemic index foods, which basically includes all of the vegetables. Broiled hot dogs, baked fried chicken, baked fried fish, McDonald's chicken McNuggets are among the highest in AGEs that you could eat. Processed infant formulas contain 100 times the number of AGEs that would normally be found in the mother's milk. When AGEs accumulate in your joints, they cause arthritis. They harden the cartilage, cause it to break up and disintegrate and be taken away. And so it causes a complete disintegration of the joint, which will lead to joint replacement. Food preparation, then, and glucose are the key to the formation of AGEs. So clearly, reducing the glucose amounts and how you prepare the food is going to be very important. Elevated temperatures multiply the production of AGEs, as you recall, and you recall that the higher your glucose level in your blood sugar, it's going to be the more AGEs produced. And you remember that cooking at lower temperatures, moist heat especially, dry heat increases AGE production. And shorter cooking times are going to reduce the AGE production. So grilling and baking, which are dry heat, and high temperatures are going to produce more AGEs, and it's at high elevated levels. So when high heat is used to cook food, the amino acids that basically make up things like protein especially, they contact the sugar. And that's called the Maillard reaction. It produces that browning effect that everyone thinks is so important and so desirable. The browning of food causes that chemical reaction, like when toast is toasted and food on the grill is slightly burned along the edges to give it just that perfect taste. 10% more AGEs are going to be produced and absorbed. This is especially concerning if the diet is primarily animal-sourced products, things that are grilled, fried, broiled, or baked at high temperatures. So other items that are high in AGEs are chicken, poultry, pork, fish, and eggs, in that order, from the highest to the lower. Oils and nuts are very low in AGEs production, and they're lower than butter or margarine and mayonnaise or cream cheese. Cheese, which is already high on the list for foods that produce massive amounts of AGEs, show much greater increase if they're aged. So you should avoid all dairy products to begin with, but especially aged products. So cheeses that you buy that are lower fat are going to have fewer AGEs, but you should still avoid them. Carbohydrate-rich foods, as opposed to food rich in protein and fat, produce fewer AGEs. So in other words, vegetables are going to produce fewer AGEs than meats or fats. However, if carbohydrate-rich food is processed by means of dry heat, such as a potato becoming a potato chip, it tends to carry more AGEs because fat is used in the preparation. So anything that is deep fried or cooked in fat is going to multiply the number of AGEs that are produced. Foods that ranked lowest on the AGE scale include fruits, again in moderation, vegetables of all types and varieties, especially those that are very colorful, legumes and beans, and whole grains like oats and long grain rice, if they don't affect your blood sugars, are all good things to be considering. So eating smaller meals is going to significantly reduce the glucose production after a meal, so that in turn is going to have a reduction in the production of AGEs as well. And you remember, it's the glucose that is accumulating in your bloodstream after a meal that causes that AGE production. And so simply reducing the amount of glucose in your bloodstream is going to have a significant impact. So eating raw foods then makes a lot of sense. That means if you eat 51% of your food as raw, and that means eating a lot of salads and raw vegetables on those salads, things like cucumbers, radishes, or other things that you normally would eat on a salad, you will nearly eliminate the AGEs produced completely inside or outside of your body. So eating those raw foods is a very important consideration. Consuming high levels of AGEs have been linked to increased oxidant stress and inflammation in numerous studies, and that can lead to many other health issues, including the manifestation of other disorders or diseases. So now proceed to lesson number 9, part 4 of 4, Understanding Your A1C. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video lesson, and please pay it forward. Thank you.